Just like the Pied Piper, like rats through the street, just like a marionette, swaying to the symphony. Rick Beato! Rick Beato! Eric Valentine, these lovely people, they're here. We're gonna look at today. Look at my outfit. I wanted brown pants. I didn't pack the brown pants when I moved to Austin, Texas, so now I gotta wear the green pants. Anyways, this is an important lesson for anyone who's an artist, anyone who likes music, anyone who wants to ever do anything ever in life, but especially if you're, artistically minded. Yeah, artistically minded, you gotta get the arms, you gotta get the guns up, you gotta do, you gotta get the bicep, you gotta get the real deltoid, you gotta get the Anyways, let's look at this little clip, this little ditty real quick, and I'm gonna break it down for you, okay? Rick, we love Rick! Let's get to it.
I may have this completely wrong, but did you have a snare that you used that you never changed the head on?
Yeah. Let's. I don't know if you guys caught that. That's Eric Valentine.
I may have this completely wrong, but did you have a snare that you used?
Okay, so right here, you might not be able to see this. Only big people can see this. I can't even see it. Actually, I can't see it right here. Eric Valentine, producer, Third Eye Blind, sending Sean Connery live. Smash Mouth, somebody once told me. And then Queens of the Stone Age. Right? That might sound like a disparate group of artists over different periods of time, but it's all great rock music. We love that great rock music. Now, Eric Valentine, what did you do? What did you do? Produce what? Did he make the record? I don't know. What did he do?
That you never changed the head on?
Yeah. Yeah.
What's the story with that?
It was a not particularly expensive or fancy Pearl Export Series, 6.5-inch chrome snare drum.
Okay.
It had this
snare drum.
power stroke head
It's
on
important.
it. That drum with that head was used on the song Semi-Trump Life. That's what it was like.
Okay, we're not going to hear that. That's copyrighted. Just kidding. It's too quick. But no. So this drum head, for those of you who are guitarists or singers like me, who eat crayons, maybe got a business degree, a drum head, it's like a thing you put on. You're supposed to change it every once in a while, the same way with a guitar. You're supposed to change the strings on that. Supposed to, right? Keyword supposed to. Mr. Eric Valentine, big record producer, made a lot of money. He didn't. What's up with that? What's up with that? Why did he do that? It was under the flow. Doesn't all this stuff. The same drum head. So that was 2001, 2002. And the other record.
For 5 years.
So, 5 years, right? 7, I didn't math. But it still sounded great. This is not related. Don't look at that. Ignore that. Actually, let's go back to friggin' Valentine so we can pause on that, get a friggin' beautiful chum.
I may have this completely...
Rick! There we go. Okay. No, but see, here's the thing, buddy people! Just like this. And so what happens here is, this is topic. Everyone says you're supposed to change your drum head. You're supposed to change your strings every night before you play. You're supposed to do this, you're supposed to do that. You're supposed to do this, a little bit of that. You don't. Here's the secret. There's 2 things people talk about, which is when you're starting out and when you're doing things in general, you start with whatever you've got. There's the filmmaker Robert Rodriguez, who's actually in Austin, Texas, where I am right now. But Robert Rodriguez was a friend of this famous guy, Quentin Tarantino. Now, how did they become friends? By making good movies and being good at the actual putting out of art. And so, knowing how to be an artiste and having your taste, that's your superpower. That's the part you already have. You just look at it and say, do I like it or not like it? And just keep doing that and keep tweaking things or, messing with buttons or knobs or how I filmed it. Did I film it up here? Did I film it from down there? What did I do with my hands? Where are my hands? That's the art part. That's the part that, you already know if you like it or don't like it. The hard part is knowing all the technical stuff of, Connor has a light right there. This is on a tripod on a couple boxes on a stool. There's a phone charger. What's the software on the phone? What's happening? What is this? What is that? What is that? Why did you click the video? I don't know. So, but all these things, when you're an artist, the thing you got to do is get started. And so Robert Rodriguez made this point. He was like, okay, well, I don't have any money, but I want to be a filmmaker. So I'll think of whatever I got. I got a friend who's got a barn. I got, someone who's got a truck. And I've got one camera, and I've got, a couple, $100 worth of camera, film. Back in the day, you'd actually have to have films. You can only shoot a certain length of video, but you have to edit it down to the movie. So like, you know, if the movie's supposed to be an hour and a half, he can only shoot, you know, like 2 hours. And so he can only have half an hour of mess ups. The rest has to be the movie, right? And so, and he's doing it all by himself. He's got no team, he's got no crew, he's got no budget, he's got nothing. He's got a little bit of resources. And he said, okay, well, let me make, this isn't going to be, you know, my big shebang, my big shaboing, doing, doing. This isn't going to be my big whole thing, you know, friggin' first film. It's just going to be a project, a little fun little thing, just to learn the skill of making a movie, you know, making a movie, making a movie, making a movie. And so that's like action. And so he's like, okay, let me go do that. And so he just started with whatever he had. And then guess what ends up happening? It actually turns out good. And then people like it. And they say, hey, here's a bunch of money, we're a studio. Make the second movie. And he goes, I made this on a whim. I just made up everything as I was going along with the story. And now I gotta turn it into another movie. And I said, okay, let me do this. And the next movie's friggin' called Desperado. And he invents the whole friggin' explosion and the cool people walking away from slow-mo at the explosion, you know? And so all this stuff is like, why did that happen? And he even explains that. It's just because they only had a little bit of a boom and they couldn't have a big explosion that lasted a while. But if they slowed down the footage, you know, it could be a whole 15-second explosion, even if they only have 2 seconds of like, boom. You know, in real life, it went boom, and they're just walking, you know, they're walking, rocking. But they slowed it down, and then everyone's like, that's cool. He's like, I just didn't have money for a real explosion. You know what I mean? And so it's like, that's this kind of thing, is that when you're making music, there's so many cases where it's like, oh, I love the way that record sounds, how do you come up with it? You're like, I didn't know how to do anything else. I just was like, this is the only thing I could do with what I had that sounded good, or sounded cool, that I liked. And so there's this idea that whatever you start with is going to become your style, right? And so your style is informed by, you know, what you have to create with. Right here, I got a phone, I got a freaking light, and I got a TV that was hooked up when I moved into this place. So I said, let's use the TV. Let's use the TV. And so that's what I'm doing. I'm doing the TV. Doing the TV thing, right? I got a TV. The TV thing going. And so that's kind of what I did. And so now you're like, Connor's style of video is a little different when he's got a TV right there. And how's he going to get the audio? I don't want to have to figure it out. It's going to get complicated, it's going to get hard. And then I won't be able to do these videos every day for you party people. So instead, you know, if you're friggin' at lunch, you're friggin' winding down for the day, whatever you're doing, you have videos every day because I'm working with like what I got. And I'm letting that inform what my style as an artist in the medium of YouTube video to the people, to the party people, you know, to you, right? And so this interaction of how I'm talking to you and doing these things, a little tiring doing that, but I'm very hyped up. I had a lot of caffeine. I was really tired. Did a lot of working out. I like working out, so I did that a lot yesterday. Trying to lose weight, trying to lose fat, so you can see the separation between the bicep and the triceps. You can see the anterior, the medial, and the posterior deltoid. You can see all of it, nice and good and separate. You can see the separation between the muscles. It can build the upper pectoral. You need to do these things. And no, but really, I mean, the real goal, Wicked Prince of Destiny himself, the goal is to do, is to bring rock and roll back to the people. I got a whole TV show, indie TV show, following in the Rodriguez footsteps. It's like, launch your own freaking TV show. You don't like SNL? You don't like these things? You're like, these are lame, but they could be way better. It'd be really easy too. Like, I don't like that thing, but I do like the idea. Let me take it in my version. And my version with my budget. It's like, my version is going to be, I have a friggin', if I know a buddy with a GoPro, I'm going to be like, can I borrow your GoPro? Can I get it for like $10? Yeah, wait, please. I'm going to go find someone out of a dumpster, use a friggin' camera, find a venue with the microphones, find bands that are sell tickets. I'm going to put on my friggin' shows, do whatever, like, you know what I mean? I'm going to film the shows. I'm going to friggin' do whatever I can, with what I've got. Instead of thinking, I need to start, I need to get all this gear, I didn't know how to record a record, I didn't know what to do before I do anything. I can't do anything until I have all the gear. It's like, it's not true. No es la verdad. I'm learning Spanish right now, so many of you speak Spanish. You guys are smart, so teach me. Teach me in the comments. I would appreciate it a lot. Appreciate it. I'm preaching to you. High on the friggin' thing, I'm preaching to you. But, boom, I hit these friggin' gesticulations. Boom, look at that. I got a light here. I'm really liking the fact I have a light here. So do stuff! And you can see me. Oh, you can't even see my shoes. Woo! See my shoes? Woo! Woo! There you go. I haven't done a lot today. I've been sitting on the couch, and I drink a lot of coffee. Drink a lot of energy for you party people. Boop, boop, boop. So that's the idea here is like, if it sounds good, don't worry about if it's right, especially starting out, because as you learn stuff, you're going to realize, I didn't need it as much as I thought. I have a band called Licorice. I've been putting out music for a while, and you know, at first I'm like, I need to know how to do everything, so I paid a lot of money. I was like, hey, I saved all the money from the shows we did. I was like, let's go. This guy has a lot of expensive gear, but he didn't know how to use any of it, and he made a horrible record and charged me a bunch of money. It's not horrible, but the mixing, it sounds awful. You're like, bro, I could have just put my phone down in the rehearsal room and had a better version of the song. I'm like, what happened here? And so then I went and I got a guy show us how to record, and then when he was showing it, he was like, wait a minute, this is just GarageBand on a laptop. I have the same GarageBand on my laptop. What am I doing? And then I was like, well, what mics are you using? He's like, I just bought these microphones. Like, not even the most expensive ones, but if you just know how to, like, do a couple tweaks, you know, you make sure everything sounds good as you're recording it, and then eventually I got to the point now where the best recordings I have, I know how to make my guitar sound good, I know how to make the drums sound good, I know how to make the bass sound really good. I know how to do all this. The only thing I don't know yet is my freaking vocals, how to mix them. But it's like, I now know, like, I can just plug straight into this friggin' Focusrite Scarlett, friggin' $20 thing on my laptop. And the thing is, the biggest complaint, and this is not a problem for rock music though, if you're making friggin' pop music for like Daffodils, okay, sure. If you're making friggin' rock and roll, yeah! You're making power. Rock and roll gives people energy, it's power, it's excitement. And so, woo! What you can do with very grungy little pieces of gear and equipment is you can get a very rock and roll, raw aesthetic that's very powerful and has a lot of energy and sounds good and big and loud. You don't need expensive to do big and loud, you need expensive to do detail. So if you can't get detail with the fidelity of your recording, then the way to add those details is to like write something, record it, hear how it sounds, and then make it more interesting with whatever you can, which is like playing a slightly different thing, adding an extra, vocal part, like a harmony or something, or a call and response, or add another, oh, I like that cool thing on the bass. And the instant you start making stuff, you're going to hear it, and you're going to be like, oh, that sounds cool, like, what if I do this? And then before you know it, you have your style, and you didn't need any equipment, you didn't need cameras, you didn't need friggin' Mr. Beast studio. You just need your friggin' telephone, friggin' phone, and friggin' TV, and your phone, and friggin', flashlight. You can hold a friggin' flashlight with a roll of duct tape. You got a Home Depot, put the Depot flashlight, rubber duct tape around your head, and then you get, you hold the camera here, you go, okay, I can film my friggin' thing now, I can film my music video. Oh, this looks so cool. Like, people are filming friggin' movies on iPhones. Everyone's got a phone. These phones are cheap. If not, you can just, find one in a friggin' thrift store. I swear to heck. I swear to gosh and heck, you can find one. That's the whole thing is, all of this, it's with you already. And so the most important thing is to start. And don't worry about what's right and what's wrong. A great example of this, I don't want to pull it up. It's going to take forever. But it's friggin' the movie Scott Pilgrim vs. the World, where it's friggin' Sex Bomb is the fictional band. It's about a fake rock band. It's an adaptation of a manga. The manga is okay. The art's cool. I don't know if it's in color, but I read it in black and white after I saw the movie, and I was like, I need to read the books. And then I read the book. So I was like, it's cool art, but it's in black and white. And I'm like, By the way, if you want something cool, Watchmen is a really cool visual style. It's very bright art, but with super, super dark and pessimistic subject matter. And the contrast between the bright colors and the overly, friggin' pessimistic subject matter. Normally I hate pessimism because it's just so stupid. It's the dumbest thing ever to self-indulge. I'm mad. Everything sucks. It's okay, well then I don't want to talk to you. I don't care. I can get everything sucks if I sit in a room and get sad. I can do that for free. I can get sad for free. I want to okay, well what about sadness? It's I want something to engage with, not just I'm grumpy. a friggin' snow dwarf in the Grump White. Like, what are you doing? Don't do that. Don't do that. Don't do it. Don't do it! And so that's why, so that's a really cool thing. I was got on Scott Pilgrim, is what I was talking about. Scott Pilgrim in the movie is a fake, like, garage rock, kind of like, white stripesy type of rock band, very, three-piece rock band. And the songs sound freaking amazing. They sound great. They sound so loud in the movie. And I'm like, why does it sound so awesome? There must be some crazy expensive gear. No, it's not. The way you get the sound is you plug your guitar straight into the computer. Now, technically, your computer doesn't have a guitar plug. Let me get you an example. Plug this end into the guitar. You plug this end into a box. The box plugs into the computer through the normal computer pluggy thing, the USB, right? The box is called an audio interface. You can get one for like $100. And you can probably get one even cheaper if you get a worse one, which might actually make it sound better. What you do is, you plug the guitar straight into the friggin' thing, you turn up how sensitive the thing all the way, and people are gonna go, that's bad, it's clipping. That's the point. That clipping distortion sound is so loud, so massive, and when you put like the friggin' bass clip in like that, the bass you want to do a thing with EQ, but that's friggin' free with every single software. You can download free software. Okay, so how do I take these files and record them now that I've plugged my guitar into the computer? You download a friggin' free software. There's one called Reaper, I think. There's all these free softwares, and you just record the guitar right there, whatever your idea is, just to hear how like things go together. Just pick something simple, like a cover song. But you can like figure out how to do all this, and the whole reason I'm saying this is, oh, you're not supposed to turn the sensitivity up, and the guitar signal's not supposed to sound like a buzzy, like, chainsaw. But that's what sounds good if you listen to the friggin' Rage Against the Machine record where it's, there's a statue in Chicago that says love in these red letters. They're all like statued on top of each other. Rage Against the Machine did a record of covers where it says rage in the style of that statue. It's like blue square, black square, blue square, whatever the heck, and then red letters. And so the whole thing is it says rage. And on that, it has these like big loud sounds like, I can just kill man, this is something you don't understand. Down, I got it down, kill man. It's because the friggin' thing, everything's clipping, it's hitting the friggin' ceiling. It's going loud. It's at 100. And so, if all the instruments when they hit are at 100, the only way you can add that detail, because you can't have quiet and you can't have, it's very quiet. That's very loud. It's very quiet. You can't have quiet and loud. Quiet down here, and then loud and quiet and loud. All you can have is instrument making noise, instrument not making noise, instrument making noise, instrument not making noise, this one, and they all hit like thuds, 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 and the guitars are a little bit up here, so they punch you up here, and then the bass just boom, right there, and so everything's hitting you from these different angles, and so it's like, is it happening, is it not happening, the rhythm, that's the way you can add some of that diversity, and then there's the notes, the chords, but like, it's all of this stuff now becomes the realm where you get to play, and so when you reduce variables like the White Stripes, like they only had 2 freaking instruments, it's like, how do you make a good song? Oh, I can change up the things and do more variations on the guitar part, and each time I do it, I can add something or take something away, and same with the vocals, and then I can change the meaning of the vocals, and then I can change how this whole part of the drum is being played for a part, or it's not being played. And so, if you're getting honed in on different things that no one else is, I think you can make 300,000 records with the friggin' guitar plugged straight into the interface, straight into the friggin' computer. Like they say, don't do that. You can do that and make 3,000 friggin' records doing that. And you can have like the Rage Against the Machine record. You can probably get a Royal Blood type of sound. You do all this stuff. You can have a friggin' Sex Bomb, which is his name, and friggin' Scott Pilgrim, the band. You can do all of that for like friggin' free in GarageBand. And then there's like 2 or 3 things you need to know about like how to mix bass. You like duplicate it on one of them, you cut all the frequencies, you turn off all the frequencies basically that are like under 200 hertz, which is just like the descriptor for frequency, and then on the other copy you have just everything between like 30 and 200 hertz, and you get rid of everything above 200 and everything under 30. It might be like 50 to 200, but you do something like that. On the low one, it's the boom, 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 boom. It's supposed to hit you, boom, boom, boom. It's like a punch. You don't really need to hear it. Right, you need to feel it. So what you do is, you make it so that you compress it, so that every single time the bass has hit a note, It's thud, 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 the same punch. And then on the other one, you don't need to compress as much. This is actually when people go, oh, I hear like the person hitting the string. That's what that is. The other one is the thud, 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 thud in your belly of the bass, the rhythm. Doom, 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 doom. And this one's the tone of the bass, the quality, how it sounds. Is it warm? Is it cold? Is it, these words people use. But really, and then you can turn that one down, but keep this one loud. So the thuds are consistently loud, hitting you every time it's supposed to. And then the, how in your face is the bass can go down so that you have more room for people to, pay attention to the guitar part or the vocals of that part. Or maybe some of the drums are going to ring out and do cool stuff. But, that's basic stuff. Drums, there should be a free, what's called a VST, or a friggin', just basically a fake drum set. You just look at a song you like and you friggin' Google what the drum parts are and how to, say, okay, the drum parts is a boom, doom, 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 space it, and, you can just, write it, almost like a friggin' color by number book, and just copy drum parts from a song you like, using the free, virtual drum kit, and you can do all that. I mean, the only thing I don't know is vocals, but the whole reason to go say is, you start with whatever you got. If I would have just, hit the ground running with whatever I got, I'd be so much farther ahead, when it came to doing the music stuff. Now I'm, working on the marketing, because I do actually have the music. Music sounds great. Go listen to friggin' Black Licorice if you like White Stripes, Early Arctic Monkeys, friggin' whatever that, whatever, Nirvana, friggin' Green Day, I don't know. Go friggin' listen to it. If you'd like, it's in the friggin' comments. The whole point to say is, I've got the music now. Then the next thing is I need to talk to you. I need to talk to people on the internet. I need to give people a reason to care. And so, yada, yada, yada. I'm going to try and build a big platform, build this big independent TV show thingy, yada, 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 to help people launch their careers and help them to meet bigger bands and so they can go open for them on tour. All this sorts of lovely, great stuff. Yeah. And then I learned how to go over marketing and build up this whole big marketing thing. And all the bands do is just focus on being good, and we give them some info or whatever. I post some videos. I post a bunch of guitar tutorials. So if you don't know how to play guitar and you like to play guitar, you can do that. So likewise, yada, yada, yada. And help the bands, yada, yada, yada. Give them a bunch of free learning resources, connect them to whoever they need, if they need a mixer or they think they need or whatever they want. Sure. And then I'll work on the marketing. But yeah, that's next thing for me. Thing I'm working on now. We're why aren't you doing all these recording songs right now? It's because I've got plenty of good music already and it's already recorded. I just need a reason that people look at the friggin' music. And I could just make these TikToks and do that, but I like doing this. This is fun, and this also is a way to do things. But yeah, so with this, it's the wrong thing is to plug the guitar straight in and turn it up all the way and have it be a chainsaw. The wrong thing is to use the cheap interface, like I'm saying, the Focusrite Scarlett, the friggin' $100 used thing you get off the internet. That's the wrong thing to do. The wrong thing to do. The wrong thing to do. To record this video on my iPhone in a case that's muffling the microphone, to just have the TV audio, that's the wrong thing to do. Wow! It's the wrong thing to do. Oh my God! But Eric Valentine, he's supposed to change the drum head every time a new band records. Get the friggin' drum head on from 1996 to 2001. Cinco años. Cinco in English, please. I don't speak Spanish. I hear you in 5 years. He didn't change the drum head. Guess what? It just doesn't matter. It just doesn't matter to you. It don't matter to me. Don't matter to me. It don't matter to you. So, if you like the video, in fact, like the video, subscribe, do whatever. Go look at stuff down there. But also, let's see, what's coming up next? Oh, if there's something you want me to talk about, let me know. If you have any ideas, I moved to Austin. If you're in Austin or if you've ever been here, you know people here, you recommend things, whatever's cool, let me know. But here's the thing, let's see, here's what I'm going to talk about next time. It's friggin' Flea, Rick Rubin, the Red Hot Chili Peppers. This is important. This is about friggin', it's about what I'm talking about actually. It's about friggin' songwriting. This is beautiful. Once again, I'm going to put these beautiful people in the thumbnail and title of the video. Anyways, if you create something, what do we talk about? Oh, just get started. Just get started. I talked about, it should be out before this, a big friggin' video called friggin' Rick Beato talking about why artists are so old now. All of the Billboard artists are in their 30s, which is not that old, by the way. Don't freak out if you're in your 20s. Like, I'm 22. Like, who cares? You know, I've been going kind of serious on YouTube. I had like 3 months of really consistent videos that got views, built subscribers, and now I'm starting to do it again. It's like, don't freak out about everything. But just get started. Ha! Just get started. Get started, get moving, get grooving, and let me know how it's going in the comments. Let me know how it's going and stuff. But yeah, I'm gonna get into this friggin' thing. I'll see you guys in the next video.